Hello, my friends. Welcome back to English Fluency, the podcast. My name is Tom, and I'm so happy you're here today. As always, I will speak slowly and clearly, so you can understand every single word. Today, we have something very special. We're going to learn 50 polite ways to ask and answer questions naturally. This is perfect for A2 to B1 learners. These are the kinds of questions you hear every single day. At work, at school, with friends, or even with strangers. By the end of this episode, you will sound more polite, more natural, and more confident. Okay, let's begin. Part 1. Understanding polite questions. First, let's talk about why polite questions are so important. When we speak English, being polite shows respect. It makes people feel comfortable. And it helps you build better relationships. In English, we have direct questions and indirect questions. Direct questions can sometimes sound too strong or even rude. But indirect questions sound softer and more polite. For example, a direct question is, "Where is the bookstore?" An indirect question is, "Could you please tell me where the bookstore is?" Do you hear the difference? The indirect question sounds much more polite. Okay? Good. Now, let's learn 50 polite ways to ask and answer questions. Part 2. Polite ways to ask for information. Let's start with the first 10 polite ways to ask for information. These are questions you will use all the time. Listen carefully. I will say each question twice. Then, I will give you time to repeat. Okay? Let's go. Question 1. Could you tell me where the nearest bank is? Repeat. Could you tell me where the nearest bank is? This is a very polite way to ask for directions. We use, "Could you tell me?" to start the question. Answer, "Sure. The nearest bank is 2 blocks down on the left." Question 2. Would you mind helping me with this? Repeat. Would you mind helping me with this? This question is very polite. We use, "Would you mind?" when we want someone to do something for us. Answer, "Not at all. I'd be happy to help." Question 3. Do you know what time the store closes? Repeat. Do you know what time the store closes? This is an indirect question. We don't ask directly. We ask, "Do you know?" first. Answer, "I think it closes at 9 p.m., but I'm not completely sure." Question 4. May I ask you a question? Repeat. May I ask you a question? This is a very formal and polite way to start a conversation. We use "may I" to show respect. Answer, "Of course. What would you like to know?" Question 5. Can you tell me how to get to the train station? Repeat. Can you tell me how to get to the train station? This is another common way to ask for directions. We use "Can you tell me?" to sound polite. Answer, "Absolutely. Go straight for 3 blocks, then turn right." Question 6. I was wondering if you could explain this to me. Repeat. I was wondering if you could explain this to me. This is a very soft and polite way to ask for help. We use I was wondering if to make the question gentle. Answer, sure. What part would you like me to explain? Question 7. Could you please repeat that? Repeat. Could you please repeat that? This is perfect when you didn't hear something clearly. Always add please to make it more polite. Answer. Of course. I said the meeting is at 3 p.m. tomorrow. Question 8. Would it be possible to speak with the manager? Repeat. Would it be possible to speak with the manager? This is a very formal way to make a request. We use would it be possible in professional situations. Answer. Let me check. One moment, please. Question 9. Do you have the time? Repeat. Do you have the time? This is a polite way to ask what time it is. Don't say, what time is it? To a stranger. That's too direct. Answer, it's 10:15. Question 10. I'm sorry, but could you speak a little slower? Repeat. I'm sorry, but could you speak a little slower? This is perfect for English learners. Don't be afraid to ask people to slow down. It shows you want to understand. Answer, no problem. I'll speak more slowly. Great job! You just learned 10 polite ways to ask questions. These are questions you can use every single day. Now, let's continue with the next 10 questions. Part 3. Polite ways to ask for permission. Now, let's learn how to ask for permission politely. These questions are important when you want to do something. Listen carefully and repeat after me. Question 11. May I use your phone? Repeat. May I use your phone? We use may I to ask for permission in a very polite way. Answer. Sure. Go ahead. Question 12. Would it be okay if I opened the window? Repeat. Would it be okay if I opened the window? This is a gentle way to ask for permission. We use would it be okay if to sound polite and not demanding. Answer, of course. It's a bit warm in here. Question 13. Could I borrow your pen for a moment? Repeat. Could I borrow your pen for a moment? When we borrow something, we always ask politely. Adding for a moment shows you'll return it quickly. Answer, absolutely. Here you go. Question 14. Is it all right if I sit here? Repeat. Is it all right if I sit here? This is a polite way to ask before sitting down somewhere, especially in public places. Answer, yes, please. It's available. Question 15. Do you mind if I close the door? Repeat. Do you mind if I close the door? Do you mind if is a polite way to ask permission. Be careful with the answer. I don't mind means, yes, you can close it. Answer, not at all. Please go ahead. Question 16. Would it be possible for me to leave early today? Repeat. Would it be possible for me to leave early today? This is a very formal question. We use it at work or in professional situations is less than hason. 5 is greater than. Answer. Let me check the schedule. I think that should be fine. Question 17. Could I ask you a favor? Repeat. Could I ask you a favor? This is how we politely ask someone to help us. We say, ask a favor, instead of directly saying what we want. Answer, sure. What do you need? Question 18. May I have a glass of water, please? Repeat. May I have a glass of water, please? This is perfect for restaurants or someone's home. Always add please at the end. Answer. Of course. I'll bring it right away. Question 19. Would you mind if I joined you? Repeat. Would you mind if I joined you? This is a polite way to ask to join someone. At lunch, at a table, or in a conversation. Answer. Not at all. Please have a seat. Question 20. Is it okay if I take a photo here? Repeat. Is it okay if I take a photo here? Always ask permission before taking photos, especially in museums, stores, or private places. Answer. Yes, that's fine. Go ahead. Excellent work. You now know 20 polite ways to ask questions. Let's keep going with the next 10. Part 4. Polite ways to ask for help. Now, let's learn how to ask for help politely. These are very useful questions in everyday life. Listen and repeat. Question 21. Could you help me with this, please? Repeat. Could you help me with this, please? This is a very common and polite way to ask for help. We use could you and add please at the end. Answer, sure. What do you need help with? Question 22. Would you be able to assist me? Repeat. Would you be able to assist me? Assist is a more formal word for help. This is perfect for professional situations. Answer, certainly. I'd be happy to assist you. Question 23. I'm having trouble with this. Could you show me how? Repeat. I'm having trouble with this. Could you show me how? This is a great way to admit you need help. Don't be afraid to say, I'm having trouble. It's natural. Answer, no problem. Let me show you. Question 24. Do you think you could give me a hand? Repeat. Do you think you could give me a hand? Give me a hand is an idiom that means help me. It's friendly and casual. Answer, of course. What do you need? Question 25. I was wondering if you could help me understand this. Repeat. I was wondering if you could help me understand this. This is a very polite and gentle way to ask for help. We use I was wondering to make the question softer. Answer. Sure. Which part are you confused about? Question 26. Would you mind explaining this to me again? Repeat. Would you mind explaining this to me again? This is perfect when you didn't understand something the first time. Adding again shows you need more help. Answer. Not at all. Let me explain it differently. Question 27. Could you point me in the right direction? Repeat. Could you point me in the right direction? This idiom means, can you help me find the way? We use it for directions or advice. Answer. Sure. Go down this hallway and turn left. Question 28. I need some assistance. Can you help me? Repeat. I need some assistance. Can you help me? This is direct, but still polite. We say, I need some assistance to show we need help. Answer. Absolutely. What can I do for you? Question 29. Would it be too much trouble to help me with this? Repeat. Would it be too much trouble to help me with this? This is a very polite way to ask for help. We use too much trouble to show we understand the person might be busy. Answer. Not at all. I'm happy to help. Question 30. Could you spare a minute to help me? Repeat. Could you spare a minute to help me? Spare a minute means you only need a short amount of time. This shows respect for the person's time. Answer. Sure. What do you need? Amazing! You're doing so well. We've covered 30 polite questions so far. Let's continue with the next 10. Part 5. Polite ways to make requests. Now, let's learn how to make polite requests. These are questions where you ask someone to do something for you. Ready? Let's practice. Question 31. Would you mind closing the window? Repeat. Would you mind closing the window? This is a very polite way to ask someone to do something. We use would you mind plus the verb with ing. Answer. Not at all. I'll close it right now. Question 32. Could you possibly send me that document? Repeat. Could you possibly send me that document? Adding possibly makes the request extra polite. It shows you understand they might be busy. Answer. Certainly. I'll email it to you in a few minutes. Question 33. Would you be so kind as to hold the door for me? Repeat. Would you be so kind as to hold the door for me? This is a very formal and polite phrase. We use would you be so kind as to in very polite situations. Answer. Of course. Here you go. Question 34. Can you pass me the salt, please? Repeat. Can you pass me the salt, please? This is perfect at the dinner table. Always add please to make it polite. Answer: sure. Here it is. Question 35. Would it be okay if I asked you to call me later? Repeat. Would it be okay if I asked you to call me later? This is a gentle way to request a phone call. We use would it be okay if to sound polite. Answer: yes, that's fine. What time works for you? Question 36. Could you let me know when you're ready? Repeat. Could you let me know when you're ready? Let me know means tell me. This is a polite way to ask for information. Answer: sure. I'll message you. Question 37. Would you mind turning down the volume a bit? Repeat. Would you mind turning down the volume a bit? This is a polite way to ask someone to lower the volume. Adding a bit makes it sound less demanding. Answer: no problem. Sorry about that. Is less than #2. 0 hash is greater than. Question 38. Could you possibly reschedule our meeting? Repeat. Could you possibly reschedule our meeting? This is a polite way to ask to change a meeting time. We use possibly to be extra polite. Answer: let me check my calendar. What day works better for you? Question 39. Would you be willing to help me move this table? Repeat. Would you be willing to help me move this table? Would you be willing to? Is a very polite way to ask for help. It gives the person the option to say no. Answer: sure. Let me grab the other side. Question 40. Could you please save me a seat? Repeat. Could you please save me a seat? This is perfect when you arrive late to an event. Always add please to sound polite. Answer: of course. I'll put my bag on the chair next to me. Fantastic. We're almost finished. You've learned 40 polite questions. Let's complete the last 10. Part 6. Polite ways to ask for clarification. Finally, let's learn how to ask for clarification politely. These questions help you understand things better. Listen carefully and repeat. Question 41. I'm sorry, I didn't quite catch that. Could you repeat it? Repeat. I'm sorry, I didn't quite catch that. Could you repeat it? I didn't quite catch that means I didn't hear you clearly. This is a very polite way to ask someone to repeat. Answer: sure. I said the presentation is tomorrow at 10 a.m. Question 42. Could you clarify what you mean by that? Repeat. Could you clarify what you mean by that? Clarify means make something clearer. This is perfect when you don't understand something. Answer: of course. What I meant was. Question 43. I'm not sure I understand. Could you explain that again? Repeat. I'm not sure I understand. Could you explain that again? This is an honest and polite way to ask for more explanation. Never be afraid to say, I don't understand. Answer: no problem. Let me explain it differently. Question 44. What exactly do you mean by urgent? Repeat. What exactly do you mean by urgent? This helps you understand specific words or phrases better. We say, what exactly, to get a clear answer. Answer: I mean we need it done by the end of today. Question 45. Could you give me an example? Repeat. Could you give me an example? Examples help us understand concepts better. This is a great question to ask teachers or colleagues. Answer: sure. For instance, you could say, Question 46. I'm a bit confused. Could you go over that one more time? Repeat. I'm a bit confused. Could you go over that one more time? Go over means review or explain again. This is very polite and shows you want to understand. Answer: absolutely. Let me explain it step by step. Question 47. Just to be clear, are you saying? Repeat. Just to be clear, are you saying? This helps you confirm information. We use just to be clear to make sure we understand correctly. Answer: yes, exactly. That's what I meant. Question 48. Could you break that down for me? Repeat. Could you break that down for me? Break down means explain in simpler parts. This is perfect when something is complicated. Answer: sure. Let me explain each part separately. Question 49. What do you mean when you say? Repeat. What do you mean when you say? This helps you understand specific phrases or expressions. It shows you're actively listening. Answer: good question. When I say that, I mean. Question 50. Could you elaborate on that, please? Repeat. Could you elaborate on that, please? Elaborate means give more details. This is a polite way to ask for more information. Answer: certainly. Let me give you more details. Wonderful. You did it. You just learned 50 polite ways to ask and answer questions naturally. Let me quickly review what we learned today. We covered 5 main categories of polite questions. Number 1, questions to ask for information. Number 2, questions to ask for permission. Number 3, questions to ask for help. Number 4, questions to make requests. Number 5, questions to ask for clarification. Remember, being polite in English is not just about grammar. It's about showing respect and building good relationships. Practice these 50 questions every day. Use them in real conversations, and you will sound more natural and confident. Okay? Thank you so much for listening today. If you enjoyed this episode, please share it with your friends who are learning English. I'll see you in the next episode of English Fluency, the podcast. Until then, keep practicing, keep learning, and keep speaking English. Goodbye, my friends.